Alright. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We got Psystorm Gaming and MAXPAX, or Psystorm Gaming's MAXPAX, I should say. In the bottom right side of the map, in the top left, there's Falcon's Solar. It's his EVP on Winter Madness, and we are going to see how it goes. Looks like MAXPAX wants to go for the early block. He sent down one of his first probes. A second probe has to come to build the pylon because of that. It is no cheap investment. But if we look at this map, I think the third base is pretty far away, right? And actually, this probe is not going to get there early enough. Oh, MAXPAX, what are we doing? 15 hatchery for Solar. Pre-Overlord. That was a really good block timing for MAXPAX. That would have worked if Solar didn't rush that. Solar, though, anticipated the block because MAXPAX loves to do that. And he stops it. Now, for some reason, there's blood around there. I guess that's where he did the extractor trick. Bit of Zerg. Bits still hanging around. Probe's going to come in and harass, but this is really good. Now, don't get me wrong, this hurts your opening. You got to build the Overlord, then the 3 drones at once. But I think it hurts the Protoss a lot more to send a worker across this early in the game. Spawning pool almost got blocked by the probe. He does get it down, and then the gas. All right, guys, can we get the Nexus up on the Natty? Yep, 127. You can see that's already delayed due to this probe going across at the very start. The Queens will be a little bit further behind as well. Well, actually not by too much. The spawning pool is down at 114. I think it probably could have been down maybe 112 if it wasn't for the early hatchery, but not a huge difference in that regard. It's more the gas mining that you can see has been delayed by quite a bit here, as the third worker's not even on gas just yet. He puts it on now, and then of course puts this guy back on minerals, which should nicely double up there once it returns those. On the other side, we've got, of course, MAXPAX going for the gateway in the side. I've just been casting some Heroes EVP, so I've got to remember this is MAXPAX, not Hero. This guy is not going to leave his door open. Number one, this guy is probably going to actually make Psystorm rather than ignoring it, and probably not do crazy mothership rushes like we've seen from Hero recently. Not really rushes, but, you know, going for it a lot earlier than most players do. Very conservative player, MAXPAX, amazing multitasking, loves running in just Zealots and Stalkers and Oracles from all sides and just kind of overwhelming his opponent, but he's also got good late game now with Tempest Storm. Solar, on the other hand, is a king of the mid game. He hates playing late game against Protoss. He wants to just overwhelm you with mass Roaches, Ravagers, Zerglings, often walking Queens across the map as well. We used to joke during the kind of Void Ray versus Queen Walk meta that Solar was just going to do a Queen Walk every single game, never vary it up even a little bit, and he was always going to win. It never looked pretty, but it was always just he got 40 workers, sometimes 35, moved across with about 8 to 10 Roaches, 4 or 5 Queens, massling behind it, made as many Ravagers as he could, and he won almost every game with the exact same build for 2 years. Solar always was a mid-game specialist. He's obviously got more range now that the meta's evolved since then, but it was like shocking how many times he killed Protoss players with that back in the day. Now, of course, since then, Queens cannot transfuse off creep. So Queen Walk nowhere near as strong as it used to be. They also nerfed the Void Ray a few times. But that took away one of Solar's strongest builds in the matchup. He's more of a, I'll get you with a Roach Max. I'll run 5 Queens across at 180 supply of Mass Roach Ravager and see what we can do. Third Nexus goes down. I really appreciate my Twitch chat so much. Thank you so much, guys. Someone just came in, guys, as they do every day when we've got the stream title is The Best Games of StarCraft. Do this every Saturday morning my time. It's Friday evening if you're in North America or Europe. And people always come in every day going, is this live? And I go, is The Best Games of StarCraft live? And they're like, yeah, is it live? And it's like that for like the entire stream. It's just people coming in and asking that. When I'm like, it's obviously not. It's the best game. I can't know it's the best unless the game's already happened. I'm selecting the best series, obviously. But you know what's really good? Twitch chat already answered it for me. I appreciate you. And everyone asks. It's fine to ask the question. People don't usually read stream titles, not in their entirety, especially not on mobile because it cuts it off. So I'm not actually making fun of the guy that asked that, but I am appreciating the people who answered it because I get very sick of answering that question 400 times in one day. It gets a little repetitive when I literally have commands that answer everything in the stream title as well. Dude, that's 2 Overlords. This is a great start. Solar. 2 Overlords already. That's not great for him. And there's another freebie hanging out here, which he can send the Void Ray back for. That's a value ray, that is, guys. This is a bit sloppy for Mr. Solar. He's going to need to drone hard to recover from this. And he's built 6 queens and 2 spores. I think he's played too safe, guys. It's only 1 void ray. Only now is the Oracle coming out. This is an incredibly late Oracle. He did not need spore crawlers and 6 queens against this. So Solar has played overly safe against a void ray build that doesn't really require spore crawlers until about 4.5 minutes. Number 1. And number 2, he's lost 3 overlords now. The void ray just got the 3rd overlord, or it's just about to, sorry. There we go. Does get 1 probe with the Lings, which is nice. He's going straight to Hydras. Okay, that's good for Solar. If he can get straight to Hydras against Blink, that'll be good. Question is, can he do it? Because Blink is getting chrono boosted. It's going to be done in 40 seconds with that chrono. And that means 6 Stalkers. He's got 6 gates. He's got 4 gates. If he can warp in 4 more, rally them over. 10 Blink Stalkers on the front is a fearsome, fearsome force. Winter Madness, not a big map. Not a lot of room to prepare for this push. That being said, there's only 1 Oracle to help against these Zerglings. Blink not quite ready. The Oracle has to pull away. 1 Stalker goes down. Good start to the defense for Solar. Even though the unit's lost tab doesn't look good. Pushes him back. Here we go, guys. Oh! The Void Ray goes for the drone. Nice Spore Trick. Clean defense for Solar. Very clean. Goes back for more. A bit greedy. Oh, very greedy. Is there Queen on the left? He might lose that Void. This Queen stutter step south. He's got it. Okay, gets its 4th Overlord, but he loses the Void Ray for it. Probably would have been better to keep that alive for the defense. MAXPAX taking a 4th base behind this. He's going 8 gates, charge, storm, +1. But this is how MAXPAX likes to play. It's just the most generic 4-gate blink pressure. Keep your opponent pinned. Just keep them on the defensive while you macro up behind it and add everything, right? There's no sharp edge to MAXPAX's play. The only thing that's sharp about it and scary is the fact that he's macroing perfectly while in your face picking off units and trading positively. That is what's scary, is he's very fast, he's very good mechanically, he's going to get the high energy queen. That's really good, getting the queen that had the transfusers banked up on it. Adept in the wall, he never leaves his door open. This is not hero, but the Adept was not placed perfectly, which means the Lings will get in. And they could get a full scout of this main base, of course. Yep. Not that there's too much to see. It's a pretty standard playstyle for MAXPAX. Hydra's trying to catch these. Wow. He's got groove spines. He doesn't have movement speed, but he catches a bunch of those Stalkers. A bit sloppy for MAXPAX. Losing 4 Stalkers on the retreat. I think those 2 Lings in the main did distract him. His 4th base might get taken out. Storm is not quite ready. That 4th base is toasted. MAXPAX, he's got to give it up. Beautiful timing window here for Solar, who's going Infestation Pit and Lurker Den behind it. Brilliant. Brilliant play for him. A very narrow moment in the game. But losing like half of your Stalkers, I mean, this is a disaster. MAXPAX now stuck on 3 base. And Solar's just going to go for Lurkers and then swarm him. Now, Solar, not great at late game in ZVP. I've got to be honest there. It's just not his strength. But he can play Lurkers, Corruptors for a while. He could go, even Broodlords are very good now, or at least a lot better than they were. He's obviously still not going to be keen to play a balanced situation there. But when you've got this advantage, just going to the late mid game, early late game, not really a big issue. Hydra Link comes in for the surround. Uh-oh, few Hydras do derp. He's got to be careful. Nice Nexus cancel there for Solar. Solar's army looks a little small now. He's very high on drones. He's got a lot of tech coming. Kind of has to run away, but the Zealot's going to chase him down. Bit of an overcommitment here. Solar needs to stutter step those Hydras all the way home. And he should bring the rest of his army over to try and help. Because if you get all your Hydras together, you can actually beat these Zealots with stutter step, but the Zealots are going to chomp, chomp, chomp. Slice and dice. Okay, there come the Zerglings to try and support. His Lurkers are finished morphing. Hive now finished. We should see that Lurker upgrade almost instantly. Let's see how quick he is. Hold on, he's getting attacked. He's distracted. Storms come down. He pulls 1 Lurker out of the storm. Lings down on the south side. They do not have melee. They get caught by the Zealots. There's also a High Templar. Wow. MAXPAX controlling the map with Zealots there and a High Templar. He's also got a 2nd Stargate, 3rd Stargate, and a Fleet Beacon. So he's going to go triple Tempest behind this. While Solar secures a 5th base and wants those gases up. Lurker upgrade is on the way. If Solar could sneak some Lurkers into these bases, it's going to be really tough for MAXPAX. He's got 1 Oracle and 1 Observer as his only detection right now. Pops a Hydra or 2. Storm does seem like it lasts forever these days, but I love that. Morphing the low hit point Hydras into the Lurkers as they'll go back to full life once they get there. Feels like Solar still has an advantage, but it's getting scary, man. He's got to go soon. He can't just be sitting around building spines and waiting. MAXPAX, I think, is the better late game player. Solar's got to use this advantage. What? Sorry, guys. I glanced at Twitch chat. It was the craziest comment ever I just read. It made me crack up. Oh, High Templar in the open. They have to morph into an Archon. Prism barely survives in the bottom left side. Mass Lurker comes forward. The cannons are there. Good zoning Storm. We'll get rid of one of the Lurkers and a few Zerglings, but the rest of the Lurkers coming forward. Great attack. Spinecrawler with Queens and Drones should be able to defend this as long as he attacks with the drones. Queens are going to be able to defend that. Hydraling on the left. These guys are going to get taken out. I don't think that really matters, though, because it's the army on the right side that's really getting the work done. Lurkers sieging that base. Tempest taking damage. There's one Observer and one Oracle, both for detection. MAXPAX could do pretty well at defending this. Solar denying the fourth is all he really needs. He's got a Spire. He just needs to not sit on the edge of Tempest. Solar often loses late game against Protoss when he sits in this position. Right now, he's got no advantage. There's no reason to stay here at all. Unless you want to just feed him units. Like MAXPAX can just revelate and pick off Lurkers for free. There's no reason to push in here. Solar, I don't know why he's hanging around right now. This is a very bad call. He's all-inning. I don't think this is necessary. He might just have the numbers to make it work. The attack on the left side doing really well. The Tempests are getting great trades in the north, but if you can bust the natural, it might be worth it. But Solar, like, I know he's not a late game god, but sometimes he actually gets too all-in and too desperate, and I really hated that last push there. I think if he regrouped, waited for MAXPAX to move out to a fourth, and then hit again, especially with these Corruptors, it's a little bit cleaner. He's got enough money. It's not the end of the world. Don't get me wrong. This is a 3-base Protoss whose minerals are mining out. Natural's half mined out. Main is almost fully mined out. Third is the only real somewhat fresh base, and even that is going to lose half of its mineral patches in the next 2 minutes. 12 Corruptors with +1 air weapons on the way. So it's a Lurker Corruptor push. Some Hydraling on the ground supporting, but mostly Lurkers and Corruptors. 18 Lurkers is an absolutely immense number. MAXPAX needs to buy room. He needs space. So he needs to have High Templar on both sides. He's going to send his main army right, and you can see this is his offlane squad to the left. It's more of a pure ground storm army. The Tempests should be able to hold off this advance on their own. Lurkers are going to shove it. They will eat a Storm. Oh, he doesn't get a Storm off. Storm would have been excellent, but it doesn't get down. Here come the Corruptors, guys. Lurkers get an easy cancel. Shield battery's going down as well. Is he going to try and jump on top? It's scary to run into Storm with Lurker Corruptor. He's going to think about it. That Storm's pretty good. Good pullback with those Lurkers. Oh, Corruptors diving. Lots of Storm and Archon coming down. Can the Lurkers actually clear the Archons? MAXPAX landing amazing Storms, but he's so low on money. Solar is rich. If Solar kills all the Tempests, this is worth it. Can he kill all the Tempests? He gets all but three Tempests. 4 Tempests still alive. Pretty impressive hold for MAXPAX. I think it's a good enough trade for Solar, though. The fact that he's on 6 bases against 3, it's hard for him to break through. You can tell he's struggling, but he is getting through it. Now, obviously, at this stage, I think Ultras would probably be the easiest way to swarm over. Like, if you had Ultra Corruptor, I think with Zerglings, it'd be really hard, because there's only one Robo for MAXPAX. He's not really focused on building Immortals, but you don't have melee, you don't have Carapace. You can see Solar's not even building Evo Chamber upgrades, and that's because he knows he does not have longevity in this game. He's not a late game player. He doesn't want to be a late game player. He knows that he wants to win now, in the next few minutes of this composition. He will never let MAXPAX take a 4th base. But already you can see MAXPAX is making him work for a victory, which I feel like he's already, against anyone else, he would have already had this victory in the bag. Spinecrawler behind the mineral line does an excellent job. Dude, Spines behind the mineral line are so good against Zealots. They don't shift-click the drones. The Zealots just get stuck in these choke points trying to attack those. MAXPAX down 60 supply. Only 54 workers, but if he defends this base, he's A-okay. That's a big if, though. He's only got 1 or 2 Archons and a pack of Stalkers. The Storms don't do that much damage per second. The Lurkers are on top of his face, and the Corruptors taking care of the Tempests will mean the Lurkers outrange everything on the ground. There's still 2 Tempests left. He's going to try and dive over the top. Finally, he gets rid of it, and MAXPAX has to tap out, but not before making Solar work for it. GG, well played. All right, guys, no delay, going right into the next one. MAXPAX in the top left of Mothership, and Solar also down here. Looks like MAXPAX was telling one of the commentators the name. Look at that, guys. Yes, we are inside an actual Mothership on this map, Mothership. See, I'm casting from outside the shields, and now I'm inside the shields. And now I'm outside the shields. It's kind of cool. I love that you've got these like shields on the outside that you can see. I mean, it's freaking cool, man. This map in general, it's just very cool. You're on a Mothership, and I still have not seen a Protoss player build a Mothership on Mothership. It's like a baby Mothership, I guess. I mean, it's just, I want to see that. As silly and lore-breaking as that is, this is just a very cool 3-player map, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. Neither side scouting early, but luckily Solar's Overlord goes in the correct direction, so he will get the early scout on what MAXPAX is up to. Now, MAXPAX has gone gate gas. Even though he's playing no scout, he's not gone gas first. MAXPAX has never done gas first, to my knowledge. I don't know if he just doesn't like it, but instead he just does this. He just long distance mines a bit of minerals. It's a much less efficient build, but he just prefers to do it for whatever reason. Prioritizing minerals over gas. I don't really... You know, it's weird, because MAXPAX did invent like a very game-breaking proxy gate in PvT back in the day. About 8 years ago, as a young lad. But these days it feels like his range of openings is always a bit narrower than other top Protoss players. Pretty solid wall off here. Cybercore there. We'll need a third structure down here eventually, but doesn't need that for a while. And he's confident to just play no scout. Second gas goes down. Should see that second pylon up in the main momentarily. The Grand Mothership? Yeah, this is the Grand... It should be called Grand Mothership, shouldn't it, guys? That's true. Since you can build a baby Mothership on it. Oh, the comment earlier that threw me off was, I was born with ADHD, though I'm pretty sure that's due to thousands of years of human inbreeding and not because of Tylenol. I didn't see, maybe I missed, I don't know if I saw anyone else say anything in a discussion that was even referring to. Maybe it's further up in the chat, but that killed me. I was like, what? It's always that moment where I'm like casting this like great StarCraft match and I look back at chat and I realize there's just a bunch of guys with like talking about the most random stuff. I'm like, what? Oh, what's that down there? Is that a creep colony or a hatchery down there, guys? Or is that just reflecting? It looks like a hatchery down there. Wait. Is this map infested? Or is this like... I can see a hatchery down there. Is that just because it's meant to be reflecting this hatchery that's finished or something? Interesting, man. I don't see a hatchery there. Or there, beneath the glass. That's so weird, though, because it looks like I can see the top of a hatchery down there. How bizarre. I think, yeah, it must like refract the building that's on top of it or something. I don't actually know what refract means. I think it means bend, but you know, it is what it is. It also could just be that's part of the building. Oh, that's a good point. So for those who don't know, on this map, you can actually see units. If you build a building on the kind of shield area, nice spotting for the Oracle. So over here, right, where is it? Over here, if you throw a Nidus or a building, you can see it popping up through the ground. So if you throw a Nidus on this area, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen, guys. You can see it like underground, thrusting up and down, trying to like poke its head through while it's building. And then it eventually pops up and spits dirt everywhere and starts vomiting Zerg units, which is hilarious. I didn't even realize that they actually do have an underground graphic for Zerg buildings when they're building. You just normally can't see them. So I think it's the same thing. Oh, look, guys, we've got... Whoa! This guy's building a Colossus! Oh my gosh! It's like a Westworld Colossus. He's doing it. Oh, and now he's like, nah, wasn't perfect. I'm going to erase my creation. Wow, cool map. It's one of my favorites. 2 drones coming in. Oh, he's got to be careful. Oracle ran in from the left side as well. That's why his queens were distracted. Both Oracles take a lot of damage for 3 drone kills. I think that's decent defense for Solar. I wouldn't mind that. He's going fast +1 melee. He's also got Roach Warren for safety, 6 more drones. He's barely behind in drones. That being said, pretty quick Twilight Council for MAXPAX. Looks like we will be seeing a fast blink here. Oh no, Fast Templar Archives. Oh, we're going to see a charge storm sort of style. Interesting. There is a Robo. Oh, he's going to go straight Archon drop. Yeah, straight Archon drop. It's not the fastest Archon drop, but it'll get there in decent time. Lings get a really good angle. 2 Adepts and then pull out. Great play. Thinking about grabbing these probes, but the Oracle's returning home. There's no chance of that. Prism's going to go down the left side, so he's going to go try and warp in some Archons probably over here, and then go in for some harassment into the main base. There are 6 Queens. You really want Roaches against this, because, yeah, Archons with a Warp Prism to pick them up destroy Zerglings. Solar hasn't built a single Roach. He is building 2 Overlords, which should unsupply block him at least. And Hatchery doesn't have a lot of vision, so he's dangerously warping in right next to this. Does he see it? No, the Overlord's just not quite there. Wow, that's unfortunate for Solar, guys. He's building 3 Roaches, but as you can see, this Archon drop's going to be a bit of a menace. Queen's moved down, but a bit too late. He moves in now, and it's an Archon drop in the main base. Spore Crawler moves here to limit the movement of the Prism. Quick pull away with the drones, which I do love to see. This Queen, transfuse. Doesn't get the transfuse in time. Queen does get big damage on the Prism, though. MAXPAX has to keep that one in his pants. Wasted some mining time. Killed a Queen. Not a bad start. He needs to let that Prism regen its shields, though. Can't be letting that get hit by these Queens. Otherwise, it will go down. These Queens have a lot of energy. Many transfuses available. Lings have gone across the map. Here come the Oracles. Oh, the Oracles join in with the Queens. Oh, man, the Oracle Archon takes out the Queens. Oh, MAXPAX stays too long, loses an Archon. Okay, he does overcommit a little bit and forces all of the Queens to the front. There's only 3 left. More Queens, Overlord Speed and Roach Speed are on the way. MAXPAX wants to do a big all-in. I think he probably could have kept attacking there to trade on the Stalker. But right now we've got a few cannons going down. Looks like the Dark Shrine, I think, was a misclick. 10 more Roaches building. Oracles come in. They see the Roaches, which means he will see the move out. I don't think you can waste your time any longer. Solar, keep these Roaches back. Don't show them. Don't show them. Don't show more Roaches coming out. You know MAXPAX is looking. We're on MAXPAX's camera right now. He's building mass cannon battery. He already expects the 3-base Roach all in. Why? Because, like I said at the start of the series, Solar does this all the time. He loves a maxed out Roach Queen all in, and that is exactly what he's doing. He sees what looks like signs of it coming. He's got Storm, he's got cannons, he's got Immortals. He has exactly what he needs to defend. That being said, double Ling drop is going to go hit his main base, guys. He's going to send a Zealot counterattack around, knowing they're not going to be as useful on the D. The cannons are going to try and defend. No unit in the wall off is a little sloppy, but actually it's a trap. He's got cannons in the main and the natural. He's completely defended. Those Lings aren't going to do jack. Dude, he's so covered. And the stasis trap starts off really nicely. Immortal gets out to his army, and I think he can crush this. Whoa, that first Immortal does take big damage. Almost gets the piles, but not quite. Overlord's going to drop Trow and start unloading there. Mass Ling drop in the main base. Can he overwhelm the cannon? Looks like he can. MAXPAX. Oh, MAXPAX is overwhelmed at the front, which means he's not paying attention. He needs those Zealots up there. That Immortal. The energy recharge tries to heal it, but it's not enough. Zealots will defend the main with only 5 probe losses. He needs more Storms on the front. He needs to defend this natural. His Robo is almost getting depowered. 2 of the gateways are depowered. Great Storm for MAXPAX, though. But Solar's got a lot more units where that came from. Lings and Roaches focusing down gateways. The Lings in the main have been cleaned up. Meanwhile, Zealot counter on the 4th base, or 3rd base, I should say. Solar's 3rd is ransacked. Zealots are in on the 3rd. There's 2 Immortals building at a time. MAXPAX with a ton of Immortals building. He drops Biles, takes out the cannon. If he can get those High Templar, that could be massive. The High Templar in the open. They're all going down. MAXPAX not stutter stepping in the north. He was a bit too busy in the natural. Oracles will come forward. Can they take care of the Queens? I don't think so. The Queens are going to take care of them. Nice Storm on the Ravagers, but of course not the same damage that Storm used to do, and in fact his probes take a fair bit. The Immortals and the probes trying to defend. The probes have to pull back. The Zealots do come in to reinforce. The Roach Ravager has to run away. That's a pretty decent Zealot count, and it's going to be a regrouping for Solar. More Queens, more Roaches, more Lings as he prepares for round 2, but if MAXPAX simply rebuilds his wall, remakes his High Templar, keeps energy recharging, I do think he'll be in a good spot. He's also got 1 Oracle alive, which with Revelation can clear this creep. Clearing that creep would be very useful. Gets it right in the middle. Very nicely done. The army's gathering out front. Solar, one of his Ravagers very low. Does barely survive. Roach Ravager running forward. Storm does pop that Ravager. Damages everything else. You got to be careful with these Storms. You don't want to use them too early. You kind of want to wait for him to commit in a little bit. We've also got a single Roach and 6 Zerglings floating around the top, getting ready to drop somewhere else. Solar's all in, guys. He's got to break him, and he's got to do it now. More Zealots running in the south, as well as a Warp Prism. The Ravagers trying to drop their mass piles. He's going to go in and focus this pylon down. It's a mass Ravager attack. He can't get cornered by Storm, though. He's going to be in danger of getting stormed to death. He takes out a few Archons. He's got to move into that natural, but there's 2 Immortals in the natural as well as a cannon. Hard to push in there, especially when he's eating Storms on the front at the same time. The Zealot counterattack goes in on this third base. 6 Zealots. He can't defend that with just drones and queens. He needs Roaches to do so. More Storms coming down on the front. The ball of Immortal Archon is just too powerful for these Ravagers, even though they are popping the odd Archon here, there, or everywhere. 16 drones have gone down behind it. There was a Prism in his main as well. And MAXPAX holds on in game 2, surviving in this best of 3. All right, guys, I'm not fully aware of how MAXPAX got far enough ahead to have that much Storm, Cannon, and Immortal ready. But holy crap, even with that, it was so hard for Solar, for MAXPAX to defend, because Solar's all-ins are just so strong. They're so good. But he was able to hold on. We're going to 10,000 feet. This is the map where, to get down to this third, which is the much better third, you need to open these minerals. 4 rows of minerals. MAXPAX going for that early block again. There's no Overlord. Solar wants that 15 hatchery. Can he get it? He should be able to. Yes. Oh, MAXPAX not getting his block down. Solar playing really well this series. I think just the planning is next level. Now, I thought you should go Overlord before Extractor Trick. He goes Extractor Trick, then Overlord. That's interesting. I assumed it would be the other way around, because you're going to get back to 3 lava either way. I guess the difference here is you get that 1 drone out faster. I would have prioritized building the next 2 or 3, though. Am I incorrect? I wonder if someone's crunched the numbers. It's probably very similar either way, but I'm just looking at that and I'm thinking, I think that should be the other way around. Thank you, Mr. Murder, for the sub. Really appreciate the support, guys. Thank you very much. By the way, no ramp on your natural. There is a ramp down here. Is there an argument for Protoss to take this third, guys? No, surely then you could get sandwiched from both sides. Surely you take the third over there and just... Actually, this has got pretty big angles as well. You'd have to gateway wall off this left side. I think if you do, you can defend with your army in the middle pretty tight. It's not a long way across the map. It's a short push path, but it is quite defensible, the bases. There's also really nasty like ledges for blinking up and down and this sort of stuff, right? You can get to the edge and blink back to the low ground potentially. Solar has not started opening these minerals yet. Might be worth MAXPAX pylon blocking this third location. We'll see if he goes for it as they're both building up. I would imagine it's not a bad choice to go Glaive Adepts, just MAXPAX doesn't seem to do it at a very high frequency, so I doubt he'll do Glaive Adepts after Oracle, but you never know. Solar has been going, you know, fast melee whenever he can, but he's also been going for the Roach Warren pretty quickly every game, so it just doesn't seem like, you know, normally you want to do that when your opponent's trying to punish you. Oh, look, guys, one of the balls is floating on the water. That does not look like it's actually floating, though. Like, it doesn't look like there's any break in the water. That looks weird. I do like this, though. It's a floaty ball. Here, another floaty ball. They go up and down, guys. See? Oh, do we not have vision? I thought these guys go up and down. I think they do. Maybe just only when you have vision of it or something. Yeah. Yeah. Freezes when you don't have vision of it. So this one is just going to keep moving. 2 Lings are going to walk in. First Adept comes across the map. Probes immediately pulled to fight. Great micro from MAXPAX so far. Minimal disruption to mining. He has an Oracle and a second Adept on the way. These two, or third Adept, I should say. These 2 Adepts cancel their shade. Oh, that's a bit of a choice, that is, as he's now going to lose at least 1, probably 2 Adepts. Oh, no, he does escape. Well played. These Lings still wasting mining time on the other side, though. Solar with really fantastic early game. Like, his early game is just so good. He's looking for that probe as well. Doesn't get it. Energy recharge comes down. Oracle turns on its laser. Gets the 2 Lings. Turns it off. And, of course, MAXPAX is going to wall himself in and head towards that third base. Now, neither side heads to the normal third base. They're both straight line expanding. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'm the wrong one thinking that you got to take the other base. I thought this base was trash. But... I mean, because it has this wide ramp there and here. Like, it's got a lot of ways you can attack this third, you know what I mean? Seems a little exposed. Zerg probably doesn't care about that as much as Protoss, though. Oracle's going to fly in. This Oracle turns on its charge. Good pullback on the drones. Oracle in the main only gets a single. You can see that one drone corpse there fade into the ground. We only get the pop-up on the side. It kills at least 2. And now that Overlord will get pushed away. You can see now that we have vision of this guy, he's going to keep floating. Floating balls are the best kind. Oh, I said he wasn't going to do it, guys. I said, no, you're not going to do that. He's played safety Roach Warren every game. The thing is, Solar's played safety Roach Warren. He hasn't always built Roaches. So just because you have a Roach Warren doesn't mean Glaver Depths is bad. And like I said, it's not the longest rush distance map. Depths can shade across here really fast. Overlord gets taken down. He will go Forge behind it, but it is a 4-gate Glaver Depth. And he's warping those Adepts in his main, hiding them until it's time to move out. Now his Stalker's actually almost out of the wall. There we go, fixes that. You would not want Lings to get in and see this. If Solar just stops droning, builds Roaches, that'll be good. He's going Overlord speed, which means he might already be intending to. This might be a fake 4th hatchery pretending to sell a story of a bigger macro game than he's really planning on playing. But he's building Lings. Wrong unit. His own Lings are poking the front while the Oracles dive in. Oracle's got 5 drones and they both survive. Excellent play. I know there's times like that I'm kind of dicey. Like I probably should have showed the Oracles the whole time to see if they get out. But I really wanted to check if the Lings were doing damage at the same time. And just kind of pointing out both these guys. Yeah, you're attacking me there. I'm attacking you. You go here, I go there. You go here, I go there. Here we go. Adepts get spotted moving out. It's 9 Adepts, guys. Not a massive number. And there are already Roaches on the way. Roach speed has now started. The Lings should be able to fall back, but the Lings running past the Adepts, not a good move. Ugh. A couple of Lings do go down. I guess he wanted to counter the base with some of those. 6 Roaches and Queens. They need to get further forward. He should be anticipating this and jumping onto... Oh, I guess he wants to catch the Shade, maybe. Surprise Solar's not moving forward to engage. Looks like he's waiting for a few more units. Very conservative play here for Solar. Just, I think if you go further forward, you could have first forced the Shade out of MAXPAX a little bit early. He's going to have to cancel that Evo to let the Roaches. Oh, but he's worried about the Shade. Oh, he could have clicked on that, but Stasis Trap there will get a single Roach. Shade gets cancelled. There's plenty of Roaches even behind the wall off now, so what an interesting scenario. He doesn't want to block his own wall off from getting back up with Roach speed almost done. Looks like he's very confident. Is he going to go for the all-in? It looks like Solar is. He's making a Drop-A-Lord. Behind this, it's just Blink Stalkers and a second Forge. He hasn't even made upgrade on the first Forge. I think MAXPAX has forgotten he's got a Forge. I mean, he starts it now. 4th Nexus, double Forge, off of 6 gate. He sees no drones on this 4th base. I mean, he's got to start realizing MAXPAX, you cannot be probing right now. And to be fair, he's not. He's massing Stalkers, which is exactly the right thing. If he makes Stalkers, makes Cannons, makes Batteries, he could survive. He loses another Adept here. A few Roaches and Lings do get Stasis trapped. Shade sees the army a little bit, but only a little bit. And the Lings will surround these Adepts and deal with those. But that's a lot of Ravages. He's kind of revealing what he's doing. Solar's got to go, man. I think he's got to loop around the left side of this map and just start shoving. He cannot be sitting at home this long. He's got to go, go, go. Because if he can wrap around this army or surprise him by hitting his base, that's huge. There we go. He's doing it. Yeah, he's got to loop around the left. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Army on the right side is going to do pretty nicely, pushing these Stalkers back. But he's got to commit to the left. He can't be too pedantic. Here we go. Queen drop around the left. Lings, Roach, Ravager going. MAXPAX keeps attacking on the right because the man has about as much chill as a sandstorm. Oh my gosh, Solar clicks on the friggin' Stasis Trap just in time. Just in time before it goes off. The whole army ends up going left here, but the Adepts are still going to shade to the other side. He's only on 52 workers. Solar is all in right now. Can he catch these Stalkers is the real question. He's as all in as they come. His Queens are getting wrecked. He's trying to rally some units over, but those Adepts are going to ruin that base. MAXPAX just needs to survive. He's got to get these Stalkers home. He's trying to build more Oracles to help defend. Quite a few Stalkers have died, but a lot of them did escape as well. It's still a good ball of Stalkers. Solar is all in. There's still 2 Adepts alive. They're about to go down, but they got 10 drones. It's a 42 drone Zerg. 42 is the meaning to life. Maybe that means it's the meaning to defeating Protoss in StarCraft 2 as well. We'll have to find out here. Solar's got some creep dropping down, so he can transfuse with these Queens. A couple biles go across the front. They don't land on anything, though. Not the best biles for Solar, but his macro has been exceptional at spending his money during this. The Lings go to the right side. He is going to get cleaned up by the Oracle Adept, though. Really good move. So MAXPAX still has more mining. unless he can overwhelm this base. Do you really want to split roaches? He's going to have to split his roaches to do it. This might be able to take him out. This might be able to take him out. Let's see. Dude, the Stalker's hanging in right now. +1's finished for them. The +1 armor's almost there as well. Cybercore goes down. Next one only halfway built. Roaches move to the top right. The Oracles are going to get some kills, but this is at least back to 2-base mining for MAXPAX, which means similar mining for both sides. Of course, more upgrades kicking in, and most importantly, Blink can gain amazing value with Micro. These probes on the right side will get cleaned up. The Oracles are starting to run a little bit dry on juice. One of them still has energy though, and Zealot Warping, quite powerful against those Roaches. Takes a lot of Micro to deal with that. Stalker's coming forward. The Roachling Ravager trying to do what they can. These guys need to Micro against those Zealots. He's going to grab his whole army together. The Queens do deal with the Oracle. The Stalkers have come forward, but there's so much creep. Running this deep on creep is incredibly dangerous. Multiple Stalkers getting gunned down, and that's where the Stalkers do not get value whatsoever. But Zealot run by comes in. Solar a bit too frantic on the front. He's kind of clutching at the victory a bit too much. Somehow MAXPAX has resumed mining on that base and got a Zealot run by in. Remember, MAXPAX multitasking is the best in the world. There's an argument Clem is a better Protoss multitasker than him, but there is no one else who's even close. Those two are miles ahead of everybody else. The Queen's taking care of the Oracles. The Roach Ravager trying to deal with the Stalkers. Beautiful bile spread across. Forces MAXPAX to disengage, but doesn't actually land hits. The Roach Ravager is going to take out the 4th, putting MAXPAX back to 2 base. But is he going to lose his whole army in the process? A lot of his Roach Ravagers kind of behind now. It's slowly coming forwards, but a bit too slowly. Remember, 1-1 upgrades are done for the Protoss. A lot more Roaches and Lings are arriving, trying to drop those biles out there to buy time, but the 4th base does survive. He's got to go left. Whole army has to go left now and try to break the natural, but there's cannons and more warp-ins there. He's going to run in from the high ground, trying to do damage. Dude, Solar Supply not looking as healthy. He's still way up in army, but is that enough when you're making Ravagers 3 supply garbage? Remember, Ravagers are 3 supply of pure garbage. They really are not as good as their supply makes them look, and the fact that he's only up 5 army supply against a double or soon-to-be triple upgrade advantage means I think MAXPAX has weathered the storm. Dude, the fact that he kept that top right base mining for large portions of this is truly incredible. Massive plays for MAXPAX, and just doing so very, very well. The Roach Ravager coming in, punching him in the face, and doing it very, very slickly. The Roach Ravager is just, it's not enough. The Stalkers are too good. There's too many of them. And with 2-1 upgrades, these Stalkers can dance all day. Unit slots tab now starting to go in MAXPAX's favor. And of course, Solar's economy 2 damage behind it. GG, well played. Excellent play there by MAXPAX to weather the storm. That looked so dicey for a few minutes there. I mean, that attack was going for such a long time. That was like 3 minutes almost, right? Yeah, that was like 3 minutes. I do think he should have looped around a bit more here. But I guess because he got spotted by these adepts, he knew the jig was up. But what if these guys just went straight across the map instead of fighting this? I mean, I guess he's afraid of MAXPAX just straight up out-trading him on this side and then recalling home, right? I don't know. This felt like it wasn't quite the wraparound that we were looking for. It was still good, but I think if he goes forward, instead it's better. Because I think the Protoss army is really good at shooting, pulling back, blinking, pulling back, shooting, shooting and blinking, shooting and blinking. And MAXPAX actually buys himself so much time running around this corner. I think Solar should have gone through that side. I also think these Adepts were brilliant. They did massive damage. But yeah, I think if he busted in the natural instead, it's really hard for MAXPAX. GG, well played though. Hats off to MAXPAX, guys. GG, well played.